This is Morten from Inkish, and today I am honored to talk to Mark, of course, but I'm also, even though it's the end of the days here at NABCO's former headquarters in Philadelphia, great view. Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you, Morten. Thanks for coming.
So I heard there is some kind of trade show taking place in Las Vegas in September. Is that true?
Yeah, it's September 10th to the 12th. Yeah, we'll be in Vegas again. Coming off that wonderful year we had in Atlanta, and we're really looking forward, to getting back to Vegas as we had been the previous year in 22.
So, are you not afraid that when you have a trade show in Vegas that you will end up having all the exhibitors and all the guests in the gambling places?
We definitely see a lot of that. People like to go. I mean, the printers really like to escape and get to Vegas. It's definitely a place. The convention center is wonderful, and it's definitely a destination that they like to go. But no, generally speaking, the floor, as you know, is really crowded. They get to do what they want to do, but then they have some fun at night.
I remember that when I spoke to you the last time, I think it was an online interview we did, you said basically that the size of Printing United has become such a big show now that you have more limitations than you maybe originally thought of when it comes to exhibition cities, right?
We do. I mean, we're really down to 3 that we would consider, mostly for pricing for our exhibitors and even our attendees. So it's really Atlanta, Orlando, and Vegas. Kind of an East Coast, West Coast swing is where we try to do. And yes, we've really grown substantially. And we know we were named in the top executive magazine for the expo industry. We were originally 98th, and then we went to, I think, 50th, and now we were named 32nd, and I think we're going to land around 28 with our last show in Atlanta. So we've gotten bigger, and it's really has to do with the model that we have. I mean, we really are catering to all print technologies. As you know, we have apparel decoration all the way through the labels and packaging. So everything, if you can, like Dave and I joke all the time, if you can put ink on it, that's what that's where we want to be, and now we want those people at the show.
When you say that, I can't help think about, I have known you for some years now, right? Yeah. And I think you have a very competitive mindset. So I take that you see you climbing the ladder is so freaking important for you, isn't it?
Yeah, you mean in terms of the size of the show and
but also coming from 50 to 36 to 28, get that recognition.
Yeah, look, I think for me it's just the ROI for the exhibitors at the show and the attendees for taking the time out of the office. I mean, I think the model that we have is really set to get the optimization there. It's nice to get recognition. We actually won in our 22 show, won best ROI of all expositions in the United States. Now we're talking woodworking, we're talking CES. These are all the people that we are going against. And with our exhibitors submitting, we actually won best ROI, which is really, really at the heart of where it's at for us in terms of, giving them the best value we can.
I have to ask you because it is a Drupa year, right? How much does it influence? Because I mean, if I look at the numbers at the 2016, it was only 3% of the attendees at Drupa that was from North America. Yeah. Does it influence anything in a US show?
I think from an attendance perspective, not so much. I especially think what's going on in the UK and honestly Israel. I think that's going to. Possibly, we'll see, right? I'll be there. But I think that might curtail a little bit of the U.S. travel, to Germany. Obviously, I'm hoping it's going to be a great show. We'll all be there. We'll be covering as our media side. They're certainly friends of ours. But from an attendee perspective, I think people are just going to kind of stay put, and Printing United is sort of their hemispheric play, or at least their country play here in the U.S. market. Now, from an exhibitor's perspective, there's a budget.
And you can only spend money one time.
Yeah, right? Yeah. The budgets are spreading, a little thinner. So we're seeing people have a little different strategy, perhaps this year to our show. But we've got Label Expo, we've got Printing United, and we've got Drupa, all in the same year. So in the two in the States. So it's a little impactful for sure.
But I mean, when I ask you, it's also because I think that I remember, as I said to you last time I interviewed you as well, that was in New York City where we spoke about that when you kind of started talking about the under one roof approach. Sure. To me, it sounded a little bit like we want to be the American kind of Drupa, right? And I was just wondering because I mean the perception of and also how you execute it by having so many different vendors and having such a large show in America is quite new. I mean, if you compare to what was before, the size is more interesting because I'm sorry that I'm wobbling around in this, but it's also like when you look at how much gear you have on the floor, it is becoming more and more interesting for American PSPs and converters to visit you, right?
Sure. Well, 5 million pounds of gear, right? So quite significant. Yeah, we always, we would discuss amongst ourselves here why. I mean, we would do the answer, but why couldn't we be more like Drupa, right? I mean, why would we not cover multiple technologies? And it really has come down to, the associations that are in the individual spaces. They're the ones that run the shows, and they did, like, just look at us with SGIA, right? Specialty graphics, and it was wide format, it was industrial, and it was apparel decoration, right? And it grew into that. It was really just apparel decoration and industrial. And then they took on, became known as the wide format show right here in the States. And that was another application they took on. So that expanded a little bit. And then, you obviously, when we came together and we offer the packaging and the commercial side and the implant side and and all of that, even the promo side, that, we were able to expand and serve all of those markets once we, NAPCO Media came under the umbrella of the Alliance.
So Mark, basically, if you see how Drupa is developing with fewer exhibitors this year, maybe also my concerns, at least with the more Chinese exhibitors in the ratio of the total number of exhibitors, I was just wondering, maybe Printing United, a few more exhibitors, but basically maybe the size is right.
Yeah, I do think that we're a nice size now, right? And while you talked earlier about the size of the venues, right? So we are getting to a point where we are outgrowing some. But last year we took about 1.1 million gross square feet, and that ended up being close to 800 exhibitors, and that's a really nice size. But again, most importantly for us is, do we have the right applications there? If we're going to talk of one roof approach, if our attendees want to do promotional, if they want to do apparel, if they want to get into labels and packaging, we really need the representation there from the equipment. And we heard that strongly, and I think we do have a very nice wide variety. Obviously 5 million pounds, lots of gear there, and it really covers it. It was really kind of fantastic about all the different things that we had on the floor.
You and I have also, over the years, always been talking about the value of the trade shows. If you look at what people should expect this time, is there anything new coming up, or is it? Have you basically kind of locked a model, or?
Well, I think I talk about my own little vernacular, but I talk about the Goldilocks, right? Like what's that perfect size? We went crazy in 2019 with education, had over 100 sessions, too many, too confusing. We brought it down to just about 8 keynotes, not enough, right? So we did about 38 sessions last year with 2 keynotes. I think that was about the right size, right? So we're finding our way through. And again, from an education perspective, and we'd like to have fun, that. So there's a lot of entertainment factor into coming, and I think that's really good because we can work hard and play hard at the same time. But as long as we have the representation and there's nothing missing, right? If someone wants to go find something, we're the home to do it. And I do think that, expos have come back strong. Our attendance has, gone up even in a post-pandemic year. Amount of exhibitors we have gone up, and we're really pleased with what we've been able to do.
Last question, and mainly of curiosity, it was like, when you look at the business models of trade shows, I think especially here in America, maybe also in Europe, it's been very much like, you have like exhibitors paying to get space and build up booth and all the things like that. There's a lot of promotion going on around the things, and then has been like also a model where the guests paid a fee to get into it. Sure. Is that something that still works, or are more and more people getting in for free? Because I saw on LinkedIn that if you contact a vendor, you could get like free tickets.
Well, we certainly allow our exhibitors to invite their clients and their prospects to come and give them a promo code. We end up having a lot of people pay to come. It's $50 is where it starts for us. It has always been nothing, but now we've actually started. Last year was the first year we started charging. So we want to ensure that our price point, we're actually pretty significant less per square foot than most other shows around the world and in the US. But we want to make sure that we're hitting the right spot. We're helping our folks optimize. We're actually running an optimization event in March. Out in Vegas, so everyone can see the floor. We're going to bring all our vendors in, talk about the right time, make sure you don't miss things, because there's multi-tiering for pricing, for booking electric, and as simple as that sounds, for ordering carpet and all the things that you need to do. So we really want to help coach them along and make sure that they're optimizing their return on investment by doing things at the right time. Yeah.
Are you looking forward?
Forward to
the show, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, that's my job now, right? So I certainly help on the media side here and there, but most part, the oversight of the expo is mine. So it's I'm concerned, and I watch, and I'm looking forward to getting back to Vegas. It's a really wonderful spot. They've got some more sports teams out there. They got the Sphere now. It's getting better and better, and so there's a lot to do, and I'm really looking forward for everybody to meet there as a community again.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you,
Mark.
Morten. All right.